Esther, the queen who risked everything. The Persian Empire was the most powerful kingdom on earth, a place of marble palaces, glittering gold, and rulers whose words shaped nations. But beneath the beauty, a silent threat was rising, and the only person who could stop it was a young woman who never imagined she would matter. Her name was Esther, a Jewish orphan living in a land far from home. After Queen Vashti was removed from the throne, King Xerxes searched for a new queen. Hundreds of young women were taken into the palace for a year of preparation: perfumes, oils, jewels. Esther didn't feel like she belonged among them. But when she stood before the king, something about her was different. Not just beauty, but humility, grace, a quiet strength. The king placed the crown on her head. Suddenly, Esther went from forgotten exile to Queen of Persia. But she carried a secret the king did not know. Esther was Jewish. And one day, that secret would save millions. In the shadows of the palace walked a dangerous man, Haman, the king's most powerful advisor. Proud, manipulative, hungry for honor. Everyone bowed to him, except one man, Mordecai, Esther's cousin. And that single refusal shattered Haman's pride. He didn't just want Mordecai punished. He wanted every Jew in the empire wiped out. He convinced the king to sign a decree, a law that could not be reversed. On one day, across 127 provinces, the Jews would be destroyed. When Mordecai heard the decree, he tore his clothes and sent a message to Esther. "You must go to the king. You must plead for your people." But it wasn't that simple. No one, not even the queen, could approach the king without being summoned. To enter uninvited meant immediate death, unless the king extended his golden scepter. And Esther had not been called to the king in 30 days. Fear wrapped around her like chains. What if he rejected her? What if she died the moment she walked in? But Mordecai's reply became the spark that lit her courage. "If you remain silent at this time, deliverance will come from somewhere else. But who knows, maybe you were made queen for such a time as this." Esther inhaled deeply. She made her choice. "I will go to the king. And if I perish, I perish." Before facing the king, Esther called her people to fast with her for 3 days. No food, no water, just prayer. While the palace feasted, the queen sought God. Because she understood, courage isn't born from strength. It's born from surrender. When the 3rd day arrived, Esther put on her royal robes, not to hide her fear, but to step into her destiny. The palace doors opened. Esther stepped inside. Every eye turned toward her. The law was clear. She could die for this. The king looked up. Seconds stretched like hours. Then, he raised the golden scepter. Esther exhaled. She lived. But she didn't rush her request. Instead, she invited the king and Haman to a banquet. At the banquet, Esther invited them to yet another. Esther wasn't only brave. She was wise, measured, and led by God's timing. At the second banquet, the king asked again, "What is your request, Queen Esther?" This time, she answered. Her hands trembled slightly, but her voice held courage. "Spare my life and the lives of my people." The king's face tightened in confusion. "Who would dare threaten your people?" Esther turned toward Haman, whose face had already drained of color. "The adversary is this wicked man." The truth exploded in the room. The king stormed out in fury. Haman fell to his knees, begging for his life. But when the king returned and saw him near Esther, he gave the final order. Haman was taken away, and the very gallows he built for Mordecai became his own end. Justice was complete, but the decree against the Jews still remained. A Persian law could not be undone. So the king issued a new decree. The Jews were allowed to protect themselves on the appointed day. And when that day came, instead of being destroyed, they stood victorious. A celebration began. A nation was saved. And a new holiday, Purim, was created to remember the day God turned sorrow into joy. Esther didn't become a hero because she felt brave. She became a hero because she stepped forward even when she was afraid. Her story reminds us, sometimes God places you exactly where you are, not for comfort, but for purpose. Esther walked into the throne room risking everything, and walked out rewriting history. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more.